Life is a tapestry woven with countless decisions, big and small. Each thread represents a choice, each pattern a consequence of those choices. From the mundane choice of what to eat for breakfast, whether to have cereal, toast, or perhaps something more elaborate, to life-altering decisions about careers and relationships, we are constantly shaping our own destinies. These decisions can set us on a path of success or lead us to unforeseen challenges. But what guides us in these moments of choice? What inner compass do we rely on when faced with multiple paths? What factors influence our decisions, often subconsciously? Is it our past experiences, our hopes for the future, or perhaps the influence of those around us? The answer lies in a complex interplay of morals, ethics, and our own individual psyches. These elements form the foundation of our decision-making processes. Morals, at their core, are our internal compasses, guiding us towards what we believe is right and wrong. They are the silent voices that steer our actions and decisions. They are the deeply held beliefs and values instilled in us from childhood, shaped by our upbringing, culture, and life experiences. These early lessons form the bedrock of our moral framework. Ethics, on the other hand, provide a framework for applying these morals in specific situations. They are the rules and principles that help us navigate complex social landscapes. They are the principles that govern our behavior and interactions with others, providing a set of guidelines for navigating the complexities of right and wrong in a social context. Ethics help us balance our personal beliefs with societal expectations. Understanding the interplay between morals, ethics, and decision-making is paramount. It is the key to making choices that are not only right for us, but also beneficial for the community. It allows us to make conscious, informed choices that align with our values and contribute to a more ethical and just society. By being aware of these influences, we can strive to make better decisions. By examining the forces that shape our decisions, we can begin to understand why people make the choices they do, both for good and for bad. This understanding can lead to greater empathy and better decision-making. This exploration will delve into the nuances of decision-making, exploring the gray areas of morality and the often invisible factors that influence our choices. We will look at how different situations can challenge our ethical beliefs. Through real-world examples, particularly from the realm of finance, where the allure of money and power can test even the strongest moral compass, we will see how ethical dilemmas play out in high-stakes environments. We will unravel the complexities of ethical dilemmas and illuminate the path towards making more conscious ethical decisions. By understanding these dynamics, we can better navigate our own ethical challenges and contribute to a more just world. The concepts of good and bad, right and wrong, are often presented as clear-cut opposites. We are taught from a young age to distinguish between these binary choices, believing that life can be neatly categorized into black and white. Yet life rarely offers such stark choices. More often than not, we find ourselves standing at a crossroads where the path ahead is shrouded in fog and the right direction is not immediately clear. Morality exists not as a binary, but as a spectrum, a nuanced landscape where right and wrong are not always easily discernible. This spectrum is filled with shades of grey, where ethical decisions are influenced by a myriad of factors and contexts. What feels intuitively right in one situation might feel instinctively wrong in another, even if the underlying principles are the same. This inconsistency can be perplexing, but it is a natural part of the human experience. Navigating this spectrum of morality requires a deep understanding of our own values and the ability to apply them with flexibility and nuance. It involves continuous self-reflection and a willingness to question our own beliefs. It demands that we engage in critical thinking, weighing the potential consequences of our actions and considering the perspectives of those who may be affected by our choices. This process is not always straightforward and often requires us to balance competing interests and values. The grey areas of morality challenge us to move beyond rigid rules and embrace empathy, compassion, and a willingness to grapple with ethical ambiguities. By doing so, we can better understand the complexities of human behavior and the motivations behind different actions. One of the most challenging aspects of navigating the spectrum of morality is the recognition that our own perceptions of right and wrong are subjective. This subjectivity can lead to conflicts and misunderstandings, but it also offers an opportunity for growth and learning. What we consider ethical is shaped by our upbringing, culture, and life experiences. These influences create a unique moral framework for each individual, which can sometimes clash with the frameworks of others. This subjectivity makes it all the more important to engage in open and honest dialogue about ethical dilemmas, seeking to understand different perspectives and challenge our own assumptions. Through such conversations, we can broaden our horizons and develop a more inclusive approach to ethics. By acknowledging the complexities of morality and embracing the grey areas, we open ourselves up to a more nuanced understanding of ethical decision-making. This approach allows us to navigate the moral landscape with greater awareness and sensitivity. We begin to see that ethical choices are not always easy or obvious, and that even well-intentioned individuals can make mistakes. These mistakes are opportunities for learning and growth, helping us to refine our moral compass. This understanding fosters humility and compassion, allowing us to approach ethical dilemmas with greater sensitivity and wisdom. By embracing the grey areas, we can cultivate a more empathetic and thoughtful approach to the complexities of life. Deep within each of us lies an inner compass, a set of core values and beliefs that guide our decisions and shape our actions in profound ways. These moral foundations, often instilled in us from an early age, serve as the bedrock of our ethical framework and personal integrity. They influence how we perceive the world, how we interact with others, and ultimately how we choose to live our lives every single day. Our personal morals are not static, they evolve as we grow and learn from our experience. Life experiences, both positive and negative, can challenge our existing beliefs and force us to re-evaluate our values and principles. The loss of a loved one might deepen our sense of compassion and empathy, while witnessing an act of injustice might ignite a passion for fairness and equality in our hearts. These evolving morals are not merely abstract concepts, they manifest in our daily lives through the choices we make and the actions we take. Do we stand up for what we believe in, even when it's difficult or unpopular? Do we treat others with kindness and respect, even when they are different from us in significant ways? Do we strive to make a positive impact on the world, even in small ways that might seem insignificant? Our answers to these questions reveal the depth and authenticity of our personal morals and values. They demonstrate whether our values are deeply held convictions that guide our actions or merely aspirational ideals that we admire from afar. By aligning our choices with our core values, we cultivate a sense of integrity and purpose in our lives, living in harmony with our inner compass and contributing to a more ethical and just world for everyone. The human psyche is a complex and often contradictory landscape. It is a realm where our noblest intentions coexist with our darkest impulses, creating a constant internal struggle. We are capable of great acts of kindness and compassion, yet we are also susceptible to selfishness, greed, and a host of other biases that can cloud our judgment and lead us down unethical paths. This duality is a fundamental aspect of human nature. Understanding the psychology of choice is essential for comprehending why good people sometimes make bad decisions. It involves delving into the intricate workings of our minds and the various factors that influence our behavior. One key factor is the power of situational influences. Our environment plays a significant role in shaping our actions, often in ways we do not consciously realize. We are often unaware of how profoundly our environment and the social cues around us can shape our behavior. The presence of authority figures, peer pressure, or even seemingly insignificant factors like time constraints can all influence our decision-making, leading us to act in ways that contradict our values. The presence of authority figures, peer pressure, or even seemingly insignificant factors like time constraints can all influence our decision-making, leading us to act in ways that contradict our values. These external pressures can be powerful, often pushing us to conform or take shortcuts that we wouldn't normally consider. Another influential element is cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort we experience when our actions conflict with our beliefs. This internal conflict can be a significant driver of unethical behavior. The mental discomfort we experience when our actions conflict with our beliefs can be overwhelming. To alleviate this discomfort, we may rationalize our unethical behavior, convincing ourselves that what we did wasn't so bad after all. To alleviate this discomfort, we may rationalize our unethical behavior, minimizing the harm caused or shifting blame to external factors. This rationalization process helps us maintain a positive self-image. Minimizing the harm caused or shifting blame to external factors allows us to maintain a positive self-image while engaging in behavior that contradicts our values. This self-deception is a defense mechanism that protects our ego. This self-deception allows us to maintain a positive self-image while engaging in behavior that contradicts our values. It creates a split within us where we can justify our actions to ourselves even if they go against our moral code. Furthermore, our brains are wired for self-preservation and the pursuit of pleasure, often at the expense of long-term ethical considerations. This biological drive can lead us to prioritize immediate rewards over moral integrity. Often at the expense of long-term ethical considerations, the allure of immediate gratification can be incredibly strong. Whether it's financial gain, social status, or simply avoiding discomfort, these temptations can override our moral compass. The allure of immediate gratification, whether it's financial gain, social status, or simply avoiding discomfort, can override our moral compass, leading us to make choices that we later regret. These short-term rewards can be enticing, but they often come with long-term consequences. Whether it's financial gain, social status, or simply avoiding discomfort, the temptation to take the easy route can be overwhelming. This can lead us to make decisions that are not in line with our ethical beliefs, can override our moral compass, leading us to make choices that we later regret. The weight of these decisions can haunt us, causing feelings of guilt and remorse. By understanding these psychological vulnerabilities, we can begin to develop strategies for mitigating their influence. Knowledge is power, and being aware of these factors can help us make more ethical choices. We can begin to develop strategies for mitigating their influence. Cultivating self-awareness, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding ourselves with ethical role models can help strengthen our resistance to temptation. These practices can fortify our moral resolve, and surrounding ourselves with ethical role models can help strengthen our resistance to temptation. Being in a supportive environment where ethical behavior is the norm can reinforce our own commitment to doing the right thing and empower us to make choices that align with our values, even in challenging circumstances. By building a strong ethical foundation, we can navigate the complexities of life with integrity and make decisions that we can be proud of.